Hey, what's up everybody and welcome to a review of two brand new ice racers, Ice Racer Carla Veloso and Ice Racer Rip Clutchgoneski. Now, it's been questionable over the past few months whether or not Mattel would actually finish the Ice Racer line that they started in late 2014 and early 2015. The line started with 7 out of the 11 World Grand Prix racers and also included Vitaly Petrov, who hosted the ice race in Moscow, as he is the Russian racer that was also a super chase in 2011. So that was a cool start to the series, and there were prototype images released of the 4 unreleased ones, which at the time were Nigel Gearsley, Jeff Gorvette, Carla Veloso, and Rip Clutchgoneski. So we waited a few months, and then around April to May, Nigel Gearsley and Jeff Gorvette finally showed up. They were on Amazon, and most Walmarts that I've been to, I've actually seen Nigel Gearsley and Jeff Gorvette there, so those aren't too hard to find. I've also seen them at Toys R Us as well. So those were finally made it to retail, and now here we are in August, and Ice Racer Carla Veloso and Rip Clutchgoneski are finally out as well after being on eBay from China for a month or so, and they're finally hitting retail at Walmarts mostly. Now, this line originated at Target, and many people thought this was a Target exclusive, but this is not a Target exclusive. It may have seemed like that, but there never was even a sticker on the card that said exclusive to Target. These are all stores now. Toys R Us has them, Kmart does, and of course Walmart does as well. So it's nice that the line is not exclusive to Target, because Target has not gotten any new Ice Racer cases since the beginning of the year. So I actually bought these off Amazon, and unfortunately they are rather elusive on Amazon, meaning 10 or so go up on stock at the same time of each of them, and then they quickly sell out. So fortunately for me, I was able to pick up one of each of these, and I was very happy about that. I bought them last week, and so they finally came here, and I was very happy about it. I have to say, I really like the art for Ice Racer Rip here. He just looks really nice. They do give him some very unique art. Unfortunately, there is the bothersome Cars Daredevil Garage App advertisement, but unlike the singles, it doesn't really affect the position of the car, where the singles, you know, the car is kind of like squunched up over here instead of being centered and in a large picture. So here's Ice Racer Rip Clutchgoneski. Looks very nice, and on the back here we can see some other releases such as Raul Cerul, Nigel Gearsley, Matt Schnell, and Lightning McQueen. We also get a little bit more information about the Daredevil Garage App. And the description for this series is, when an unexpected snowstorm leaves the racers stranded, they take to the icy streets of Moscow for a fast and furious race through the city. The fun inspires the racers to start the Transcontinental Race of Champions, a series of extreme racing challenges that put their motoring skills to the test. And there's the logo for the Transcontinental Race of Champions, the TROC, and actually there is going to be a series like this for 2016 where I'm not really sure what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Cup Championship Series, where they'll be releasing all the World Grand Prix racers again, only in a new coloring format. I did post some pictures on my Google Plus community if you want to check those out. They look really nice. Most of the new cars have new spoilers. Rip Clutchgoneski gets a huge spoiler, McQueen gets a little bit different one, Miguel gets a bigger one, Lewis gets a different one as well, and unfortunately though, there are some that haven't been previewed yet. So I'm looking forward to that series because they look absolutely amazing. They have like a black coloring to them. It just looks really cool. Probably my favorite so far. So now we have Carla Veloso in the Ice Racer version here. And basically the same with the art, with the Daredevil Garage App advertisement. And some nice art for Carla as well. It looks very nice. On the back here, again, we get the same other releases on the back, except instead of Nigel Gearsley, we have Jeff Gorvette. And some more information on the Daredevil Garage App, and the same description. So basically the same. And I have to say, I like Rip Clutchgoneski's art more than I do Carla. Just, you know, it's one of my favorite World Grand Prix racers. Maybe it's because he was the last one released, or maybe it's his colors. I don't really know. I just really like him. So I'll be right back with these cars out of the package. Alright, here I have Ice Racer Rip and Carla out of the package, and they are looking absolutely phenomenal. I'm really excited to compare them to the original releases of the two. So let's start with Carla on the left here. And this is the only female racer in the World Grand Prix, and unfortunately has kind of not been released too often. She did not get a neon release, unfortunately, but she did get a silver release, and in 2014 got a release with flames. Here's the version with flames right here, and here's the silver version of Carla, which I think looks really cool as well. So Carla looks really nice, of course, just like all the other ice racers. She's got the snow all around her. And I believe her rims are actually unique to her. I checked over the other ones, and I believe they are unique to her. However, Rip's are not, and I'll show those in a moment. But just to compare to like a regular ice racer, I do have Miguel over here. And you know, just like the others, they have kind of the snow around him, give him that snowy aspect. It just looks really cool. Now, unfortunately, her colors are not drastically changed, unlike some of the other World Grand Prix racers. As you can see, it's just basically given more of a snowy look to her, because it's not like any of the colors really changed. On the spoiler now, it has the Ice Racer Cup logo instead of having World Grand Prix. On the back, we just have, again, more of a snowy look to her, and the base is white along with the snowy wheels there as well, which they do look really cool. I just wish they kind of changed up the paint scheme a little bit more, made her a little bit more blue in the back. And on the side here, we got her number 8 there, and it's really snowy, but you can't really see what it says below. Not really entirely sure. I believe it has some Russian characters there. And on her side over here, which is extremely hard to see, it actually has the Brazilian flag, which says CV8, which obviously is Carla Veloso number 8. So that's really cool. They put that on most of their ice racers now. They put the initials and the number. And the other thing that's kind of cool, that's pretty unique, is that they have the number on the side of the spoiler, which looks really cool. Now, unfortunately, if you guys did not know, there is not a short for this ice racers, and they probably won't make one, but there is supposed to be a short for the To Protect and Serve, which is kind of faded into the past because it was supposed to be released in spring, but never actually did come out, unfortunately, although the diecasts are actually hitting stores, so hopefully we'll see that soon. So that's basically all for Carla. Unfortunately, I wish they just kind of changed it up a little bit more. They did change the bumper, made it a little bit more light blue there, and they did change the expression. If you can kind of see, it's a little bit different, and I can't really blame Mattel. You can't really change up the expression too much when the box, or I guess the eyes, are in a very small space. For example, you got Miguel here, he's got this whole area for his eyes. Carla, it's only like a fraction of that. So now let's take a look at Rip Clutchgoneski. And I have to say, he is probably my favorite ice racer, just because I just really like him, and he actually had a major color difference. If you remember, the original Rip had a red, yellow, green paint scheme, and now he's red, yellow, blue, and so they changed the color very, like, a pretty good difference in my opinion. You can see the Ice Racer Cup logo there on his hood, and there was nothing there before, so that's an addition. And you got the snow on the kind of the bumper up here, which looks really cool. Not too much snow around the front, but definitely on the sides and on the fenders here. Looks really good. He's number 10, of course. And you can see there's some Russian characters there. And he's got the nice snowy body. Now, unfortunately, as I said, his rims are not unique to him. I believe there are actually some other ones that use them. Like, I'm trying to find one over here. I do have all of them laid out, but I believe, let's see here. Yeah, they're kind of the same, just different size. For Jeff's right here, they're basically the same idea. They're just bigger for Jeff. So I was kind of unfortunate that they didn't change it up. But how many different rims can you really get for these? But it's nice that they changed most of them up. And you know, he's got the little new rear and dia flag, because if you guys don't know, Rip is actually from a fictional country that Pixar created called New Rear and Dia, who's actually a European country, and it's nice that they created a new country, but I definitely like to learn more about it. So there's the flag for it right there. It's kind of orange and green. And yes, on a spoiler here is his lay motor prototype. So he is a prototype racer, meaning like his model racer is like a prototype, meaning it's new, and it's not really, it's kind of like a test. And instead of having the World Grand Prix on the spoiler there. And on the back, there's nothing too much, just the change in colors there. No snow, unfortunately, either. You can also see the white bases there. So, very nice. I have to say Rip is my favorite ice racer, just because I really like his colors, and his look looks really nice. Unfortunately, the expression is not changed though from the version, so that's a little unfortunate, but they do look very nice. So that's pretty much all for the Ice Racers Rip and Carla. And let me get a shot of all the entire Ice Racer collection, with the exception of Ice Racer Frosty, who will be released probably in a month or so. And I just wanted to clarify that Ice Racer Frosty will only be released in Australian Target, so nothing in the United States for Ice Racer Frosty. You're gonna have to get him offline, unfortunately. So that's pretty much all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know, were you able to get Ice Racer Carla and Rip? Did you complete the whole Ice Racer collection? Because I have to say, it's one of my favorite World Grand Prix series. Definitely tops the silver, the neon, and yeah, that's definitely my favorite. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time for a suggestion video. Bye now.